beaten Sri Lanka recently in Asia Cup, and also, but the fact that in 2011 they were once the world champions in this zone. No, not world champion. They were in the final. So, how much of those past and all the things matter to you in this kind of a match?
Yeah, no, look, I think, in this World Cup, we've seen a lot of games, a lot of, I wouldn't call it an upset because every team here is to win games. So it's not an upset. But every team is trying to beat the other team. So at no point or no game, you can think that, this is a cakewalk for us. It's important that you stay in the present, do your processes, keep working as a team, what you've been doing as a team, focus on all those aspects. And as a team, that is what we are trying to do. We are not trying to look too much into the opposition. We're trying to internally look into ourselves and see where we can get better as a team, better as a player, certain areas that we want to work on. Yes, we've won 6 games, but there have been a lot of games where, we didn't had a perfect game. And you cannot have a perfect game, but near perfect game is what you want as a team. So those are the things that we try and look into. And speaking of the past, obviously, there's hardly 1 or 2 players from their squad, from that team, maybe one guy, Angelo. And same from our side as well. There's only 2 guys in the squad. So I don't think, it's been more than a decade now since that has happened. So I don't think that is going to be a factor. Every day, you have to turn up, and you have to turn up well, thinking that this is a fresh day, fresh game, fresh opposition.
Rohit, back home in Sri Lanka, people are mourning the death of Uncle Percy. When you were in Colombo 2 months ago, you took the trouble to visit him. And if you can talk us about how the Indian team interacted with him over the years, and if you have any message for his family.
Yeah, look, I was lucky to get an opportunity to meet him in Sri Lanka during the Asia Cup. And he's been such a great fan of cricket. Of course, Sri Lankan team, but he's probably the first ever fan that I met, who was so genuine, and the support from his side towards his team, towards the players, was fantastic to see. When I first went to Sri Lanka in 2005 actually for Under-19 World Cup, he was there, but I was a little boy. I had no idea about how things work outside cricket field. So I was not too much into that. But when I went with the Indian team for the first time in 2008, I saw him for the first time then, and I saw how passionate he was. And I got lucky as well to meet his family, his son, his grandson. Their family, very sweet. I went with a few of my team members as well. But yeah, it's a sad loss, sad loss to the cricketing fraternity, because in my eyes, he was the #1 supporter of cricket at that point in time. Obviously, there have been so many fans now, but the first ever cricket fan I saw was him. So it's a sad moment for all of us.
Rohit, this has been a very good chasing ground, but the 2 games that South Africa have played here, they batted big and they batted first. Your assessment of the pitch that you had a look at, and what you may try and do tomorrow?
Honestly, don't want to say what we're going to do tomorrow, but yeah, look, as Indian players, we've played in these conditions, we've batted first, we've chased targets. So for us, I think, this is a ground where things can be quite unpredictable at times. Like, there's so much in it for the bowlers as well. So you can see, probably a top spell coming from the bowlers, rattling the opposition. That can happen. As you say, it's an high-scoring ground, but at the same time, if the bowlers put the ball in the right area, it can be slightly difficult. So everyone gets value here. The bowlers, spinners as well, and the batters. But yeah, from the team's perspective, it was good for us to bat first in the last game and win the game. Even though we didn't post a over par score or a par score, but our bowlers did a fantastic job, which they have been in the last 6 games. So yeah, we'll see. We'll assess in the morning and see how it is, and we'll make the call whether to bat or bowl first.